So, hello everyone, this is Norbert Gálik, and now I'm going to talk to Dávid Juhász, who was the blog coordinator for the 23rd IATEFL-Hungary conference. Hello Dávid. How did you get involved in this IATEFL-Hungary conference?
Well, I was approached in August and they were asking, like, could you cover this conference or is there an online way of you can doing it? And I said, well, okay, yeah, that would be very nice to do it. And it was an experience that I've never done this before, and I thought it would be a very nice challenge.
Okay, and did you know anything about IATEFL or IATEFL-Hungary before this conference?
For many years I wanted to attend a conference, but I've never been home this time of the year. So I thought last year that it would be very nice to come, but that was the autumn break, if I remember well. And this year I was free, so I thought that, especially since most of my colleagues are IATEFL members, I asked them, is there a role that I can do during the conference?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and basically your role was being a blog coordinator. What did that exactly involve? I mean, I know because we work together, but could you tell the audience what you really did?
Yeah, I was coordinating the blog. That was my role. Yes. I was proofreading and editing and uploading both the posts and the pictures of the conference and during the conference.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like? I mean, being a participant and being a blog coordinator at the same time?
Being the participant was a much better thing to do than being a blog coordinator. I must say, I'm sorry. Okay, that's all right. People were asking me, oh, you're doing the blog. Can I send you the post or can I send you my blog? And I told them, as long as you include that David's a nice person, I mean, why not do it? But being the blog coordinator was very, very demanding. And I'm sure that there's a lot that you can say about it.
Well, yeah, maybe personally when we talk, I will talk about this, but let's focus on what you gained from this experience as a participant, first of all, and second of all, as a blog coordinator, being in the team of the online coordinating team.
Well, I attended some of the workshops and seminars I got the blog post from, so I could also add my own experience and my own side, and I think this editing experience is a very nice one, and also doing interviews and seeing how I can make the interviews or the posts better.
And professionally, could you highlight, just point at one workshop, one plenary, or one event, social event, or anything that you would say it's a wow, it was really useful, really interesting, engaging, and it will stay with you for a long time?
Well, the one workshop I would think of was the one on plagiarism. Simply because of the topic, and I was singled out as a happy volunteer or victim to steal other people's ideas. And ever since now, when people look at me as, oh, that's the plagiarist, or that's the plagiarizer. So I think not really from professionally, but also personally, I made a lot of new friendships.
And now from me as an online team coordinator, why do you think it's useful, or why are people so interested in these online coverage things? Because the big IATEFL has done it for years, we've done it for 2 years, this was the second time. Why do you think it's useful to have?
Well, not only because people cannot be here personally, so that's the only way they can follow what happened, but also they can use it for a reflection later, they can think about the experience, and they can also review that, okay, we were taking notes, but we were missing out some of the action, and some of the reflections we can think about we can think about later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that, because you had a really good insight into what we were doing in the last 3 days, anything that you would develop or improve or change, or any new features that you would recommend?
One thing I'd do differently is maybe adding more cameras to more rooms, but that's the only way. So to make it bigger, not to make it better, so to speak, but to make for example, including online rooms or opening forums and chat seminars that people can respond to the conference. And what would you say, what was the biggest thing that you can take away from this conference, or the best experience?
Okay, I'll pass on the mic to you. So the biggest experience for me, or what do you mean, personally, professionally?
Yeah, so what is an advantage that you can take away from this conference? You've been doing it for years now. Why was this one special or better or improved than previous years, for example?
To be absolutely honest with you, I can't really look at the conference as a participant, because I've been doing the online coverage for the last 2-3 months. And even in the last 3 days, I was in 2 rooms and running around like a headless chicken, like all the others did. But I wasn't really involved in the face-to-face, the usual conference. So, but in the online coverage, I really loved the way that you and myself, we could work together, and I could be, sit back and relax for a few minutes. I knew that the blog is in good hands with you, and you were always really fast and efficient in uploading things. So I think the most important thing I realized is that having a good team and choosing the right people for the right task, someone who's intelligent enough, someone who's reliable enough, and someone who's at least as devoted or enthusiastic as myself, is more important than having a lot of money, having a lot of ideas, or anything else. So that's what the importance of human resources, the importance of having the right person, and helping them and supporting them and giving feedback that they're doing really well, and then hopefully clinging on to those people. But unfortunately, you're leaving soon. So, because you're going to Washington, aren't you?
That's correct, next year. But that's the future. And I also heard that you're stepping down as a committee member of IATEFL. Could you tell us what happened?
Well, nothing happened. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I've been the vice president for 2 years, and I've done the online coverage for the second time. And it's just personal reasons, basically. So I'm really busy being a father, and being the only breadwinner can make life difficult these days. So given the economic and circumstances in language schools and the public sector, teachers are having really, really basic problems like paying the bills and earning the money to live on and to survive. And it affects me like everyone else. So I decided, because I can't devote as much to the association as I used to or as I would like to, I said to myself that if I can't do it 100%, then I will not do it. But I will, of course, stay in touch with the committee and the members, and I will definitely help them with advice or some, I will chip in at conferences with my ideas, and maybe even in organizing some events, but not as much as I did or I could before.
Thank you. And for the final question, you were talking about the future, what's going to happen to the committee without you. Is there an advice you'd like to give to the committee, what to do differently, or where do you see this conference going in the future?
I think the conference will survive without me, so I can be replaced just like anyone else. But of course, I will miss them a lot, and I don't know, I'm passing on the baton to Jágár László, who is also a very enthusiastic professional, who has lots of revolutionary ideas and is intelligent, trustworthy, and I think he'll do a great job on the committee. So I think with Nóra Tarcsay, the president, and with all the other committee members, the association is in the best hands possible. And your other question was what advice I would give them. Mm-hmm. I would advise them to do everything the way they did before, and to be open to new ideas, especially online things, online coverage, and trying to involve and boost the regional branches. Because I think that's the future, the way to go. So to get more people involved in what we're doing. And I think having Gabriela Baka and Mark Andrews and Frank Prescott and all the others outside Budapest, I think is the way forward to kind of channel in all their energies, is something that will help the association survive.
Well, thank you very much for this very special tag team and tag interview, and it's been a pleasure working with you.